Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I will be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 16 of the Gilded Troll Plays Curse of Strahd. So when last we left off, the heroes made it to the Amber Temple. So we're just going to scroll here. Yeah, you are here. They made it to the Amber Temple. They met Van Richten outside of it, learned that he is indeed Van Richten and that he is Rictavio as well. And he told them a bunch of stuff. So they have to free Strahd from the Dark Powers because while he is owned by the Dark Powers, they own him. He did a bit of info dump about the Dark Powers, the Dark Lords, the Domains of Dread, the fact that the Dark Powers are this unknowable force for punishment, and that the Dark Lords exist. And then he explained the Domains of Dread, that there's like 26 of them. He was born in a different one from Darkon. They didn't really ask questions about it, but that's okay. They don't need to. And that he came to the Emperor Temple to research a ritual, that he wants to meet the Lich here. But he needs meat shields because he is but one man, and there are defenses. So I did try to play up his usefulness to them so that they didn't go, why would we do anything for you? Yeah, so they are here. They are doing stuff, and we're gonna do a big old dungeon crawl. So they do have Casimir with them. So Casimir Velikov is with the party. His ring of warmth protects him from the effects of the extreme cold. So I made Casimir a Goliath, so he has cold resistance, so he already is protected. But he did lend his ring of warmth to Gramps. So, woo, DM Prep. Hey, Adventure Archive, how's it going? So, dedicate the temple to a god of secrets. Blah, blah, blah. Wizards couldn't prevent their other evil creatures from learning the temple's location. Forced to guard the temple themselves. Yeah. Evil forces that were imprisoned eventually corrupted the wizards, turning them against one another. So they're dead and gone by the time an evil archmage named Exathanter arrived at the temple. He spoke to a vestige trapped in amber, discovered the secret of becoming a lich. The lich Exathanter took over the temple and turned the skulls of its previous defenders into flame skulls under his command. Then he took upon himself to watch over the temple, not to hoard its evil secrets, but to share them openly. Meanwhile, the evils within the temple fed on each other, growing in power. Struck communion with the evil vestiges and forged a pact with them. So this is a rewrite. Okay. So this rewrites how Strahd got his powers. It was not until 5th edition that Strahd ever came to the Amber Temple. In fact, I don't think the Amber Temple existed before 5th edition. I could be wrong about that. But essentially, Strahd just was whiny and complaining about it, and the Dark Powers are like, hey, do you want Tatiana? Because we can do that. Just kill your brother, okay? And he's like, yeah, okay. None of these vestiges had anything to do with it. But who knows? I don't know if I hate this, though, because the Dark Powers exist to punish him, not to tempt. The Dark Powers don't exist to tempt people into pacts. So I kind of like the idea that the vestige vampire is the reason that he's a vampire, blah, 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 etc. So the players could, in theory, get that power. But the Dark Powers punish anyone who would take that power. They just punish anyone. They'll trap them here. So taking that power isn't something that the players can really afford to do because they should know that they'll be trapped here as well. So they've been told repeatedly that the Amber Temple is where Strahd got his power, and so in theory we could get that same power to use it against him. That power is just being a vampire. Anything past that is actually the Dark Powers doing it themselves by making him a Dark Lord. So, you know, there is a type of power that comes with being a Dark Lord, which isn't, I wouldn't say intentional on the part of the Dark Powers, but it's, you know, a side effect of what they do. I don't think it's fine. I don't think it's an issue. Characters who visit the temple can sense the presence of great evil. Cool. So I think the goals for this DM prep are essentially, because like I skimmed through the area last session of DM prep. and essentially said, yep, I remember this, yep, I remember this, yep, I remember this. There wasn't really anything in here that I don't remember, at least not anything I couldn't look up quickly. But the one thing that I do want to plan in this DM prep is which vestiges I want to whisper to the players as they're moving around the Ember Temple. Because, yeah, it's cool, you touch a sarcophagus and, it does stuff. But which vestiges could offer things to these player characters that would entice them, that maybe they wouldn't, come across? Because there are a lot of these Amber sarcophagi. D&D Beyond just updated. So there's a player version now. Ooh. Well, I think there was already a player version, but like they've got like a button here instead of just a link. Hammer Temple Area X upper level. Yeah, they updated it. It looks a little bit more Curse of Strahd, I guess. But there are a lot of Amber sarcophagi downstairs, and it's very possible they miss 1 or 2 or 3 or 8. And then even then, one thing that your players might do is, one player touches it, and then as the DM, you just read out, okay, well, as you touch it, this entity whispers into your mind, and it's something that only that player knows. And then you ask the player, or another player asks them, do you share this with everybody? And then the player goes, no. And then if that player wasn't the one that you think would be tempted by this thing, then womp womp. The player doesn't get to role play as being tempted by that thing. So, let's look up these Amber sarcophagi and what's going on. Dark gift functions like a charm. So the dark powers are the forces that resurrected the players because the players were tormenting Strahd. That's the entire reason that the dark powers were giving them these gifts, these dark gifts. The gifts of life and coughing smoke. Yikes. What was I going to say? I don't remember. The dark powers are no longer giving out dark gifts because the players are, the player characters are clearly a force for good. They're clearly fighting against Strahd, or they're clearly fighting against this place. Now that they're higher level, not necessarily against Strahd, even though they are kind of a thorn in his side. So they're not going to give out any dark gifts anymore. The dark powers won't, but the vestiges are happy to, because the vestiges just want to corrupt people. So which vestiges? The vestige within the sarcophagus offers the dark gift of Fekra, Queen of Poxes. Fekra's gift is the power of spreading disease. That's not going to create lightning, raise the recently dead. Raise dead as an action 3 times. I mean, that's pretty cool. The fact that... so this might entice Snurk, except for the fact that they turned Dorian Ito to dust. So that's not going to help. Let's see. Power to shield the mind. Mind blank for a year. Eyes melt away. Cool. Tarakamedes the Grave Worm. The power of flight. I don't think Elodie's really going to give a shit about that. They must eat bones or grave dirt to survive at dawn. If they've not eaten at least a pound of bones or grave dirt in the past 24 hours, it dies. Shamia Marae, the Lady of Delights, Persuasion. Suggestion spells an action 3 times. Meh. That's interesting. Drizzlash, the 9-eyed spider. Drizzlash gift is the power to walk on walls and ceilings. Eggs. Dalvernar, hero of the many teeth. Live many lives. Instantly reincarnates when it dies as though it was the target of reincarnate spell. After it has been used... Whoa! After it has been used 3 times, the dark gift vanishes. Wow. Loses all of its teeth until it reincarnates for the 3rd and final time. Xantras's gift is power that comes from great presence and force of personality. It increases your charisma by 4. Just an FYI, one of our characters in the game took all of the gifts. Yeah, so that is... So the book does cover that. Technically, every time you take a gift, you're supposed to make a charisma saving throw. On a fail, you become evil. I think that's dumb. But if you don't trust your players not to do exactly that and take all the gifts just because they can, then you might have to do that. I did trust... So I have run this campaign before, and last time I trusted my players not to take all of the gifts. They just took some of them. I think they took like 1 to 3 apiece. But then later, when it became story relevant, one of the players came back and took all of the gifts just to have all of the powers. Yeah. Unleash Deadly Cold. So a lot of these gifts are really boring. The Power of Divination allows you to cast Scrying as an action. Yurga, the Eye of Shadows, Power of True Seeing. So I might have to come up with some homebrew gifts instead of the basic ones. So this gives you 25 strength for 10 days. Which would probably benefit Rubeck pretty significantly because he's only got 16 strength because he's been focusing on Dex and Con. And go from +3 to a +7 is kind of a big fucking deal. Get an extra 9 strength. Yogg the Invincible increases your maximum HP by 30. Oily Black Burr covers your face and body. Nargana's Finger of Oblivion. Turn life into undeath. Hurt me because I took 1 and got the flaw to seek out all arcane knowledge and spellcasting power. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound like a flaw. I mean, unless you're not a wizard. Finally evasive, amulet of proof against detecting the location, and a ring of evasion. Neat. Beneficiary of the dark gift becomes twitchy and nervous, and also gains the following flaw. Vestige within the sarcophagus offers the dark gift of Syriac, Hellhound Whisperer. You can summon and control 2 hellhounds. They summon and appear at the same time. Beneficiary can summon hounds only once, and the dark gift vanishes when they die. Wow. Wow. This one's kind of neat. Super underpowered, but that's fine. Then you have to consider taking all the gifts myself, and I had to find a way not to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can understand that. Where is that one? Dark Gift. Okay, so these are the big 3. The Gift of the Vampire, the Gift of Tenebris, which is Lichdom, and then Zudun, the Corpse Star, the power to raise the ancient dead. So this is the one that Casimir is after. Yeah, Casimir. If Casimir finds his way to Area X42 and accepts the Dark Gift of Zudun, he asks the characters to accompany him to the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft so that he can restore the life of his centuries dead sister, Petrina. If Casimir succeeds in his quest, the newly resurrected Petrina feigns repentance until she regains her strength and her spells, whereupon she travels to Castle Ravenloft and attempts to return to Strahd, seeking to become his vampire bride at last. The mutilation of her brother at the hands of Rahadin, Strahd's Chamberlain, doesn't sit well with her. She hopes to avenge her brother and distract the characters by setting them on a path to killing Rahadin, who has long opposed her marriage to Strahd. Strahd has lost interest in Petrina as a consort. Given the chance, he turns her into a vampire spawn and puts her back in her crypt, a fate she would do anything in her power to prevent. Her attraction to Strahd is outmatched by a desire to increase her own power. She is no one's plaything. So I do think this is going to be really kind of interesting, maybe. And then there is Rahadin, who can show up here. He believes that his master forged a pact with the nameless god of secrets to whom the Amber Temple is dedicated. Comes to the temple on occasion to petition the dark god into releasing his master from his torment. So he thinks that Strahd has a pact with this god of secrets, but it's actually the dark powers. And Van Richten and now the players are basically the only people in all of Barovia who really know what the dark powers are, or that they exist. I have this idea that there will be this final showdown with the Dark Powers, which is going to be essentially headed by the Nightwalker, which is really scary because if it reduces you to 0 hit points, you die and can't be revived by anything but wish. And it's CR20, kind of a big deal. Only has 14 AC though, so pretty easy to hit. Aside from the take damage by standing near it. So yeah, so it looks like we're gonna need some homebrew gifts. Homebrew dark gifts. So we need one for each of the players, because duh. Gramps. So I am going to reuse some of the vestiges and just change their gifts. So what does Snurk want more than anything? Snurk, actually just go with Zudun, right? Zudun. Rubek wants a family. So he's actually going to go with Shami Amare. Actually, just go with Shami Amare. Nej wants self-actuation. This is hard. Trying to figure out what each player character wants more than anything. So of course I just ask my players, because that's how I roll. It's kind of rough. Like, Gramps just wants to be done. Irina just wants to be free of Strahd. This is... actually just go... Yeah, the more I think about this, the more I'm realizing that a lot of the... So she wants to be unfindable. So amulet of proof against detection and location, hidden from divination magic. Bam. So Nej, Gramps, and Elodium. Kind of blanking on. That said, several of them are typing in Discord at this moment to tell me what they want. So in the meantime, the other thing that I wanted to prep today was, how does Blinsky corrupt Snurk's toy? So, so obviously it's Puppet. We already specified the sword is just in his hand. And it's like an actual puppet, like you got a pair of paddles and you make it dance and whatnot. Remember a family community where he feels like his work is appreciated and makes a difference. Okay. Ribak wants to be a productive member of a family or community where he feels like his work is appreciated and makes a difference. So, yeah, I mean, Shami Amare, she can twist it. She can twist what she offers to sound like it's the power to be appreciated, which, if you're not really thinking too far into it, might sound really tempting. But if you really think about it, it's like, is that like magical charming or something? Fix this robe and get Elodie home. Power of growth. Inej is looking for a sense of greater purpose. To do something that means something. Okay, but you need to decide what means something. That's not a lot to work on. Elodie wants her friends and family back. Okay, so I need someone who can offer Gramps the power to cross planes and allow others to do the same. And essentially, it is literally just going to be the knowledge of how Van Richten is crossing the planes. Like the Domains of Dread. But he don't know that. So who can offer that? Who's got a nice name for doing that? Drizlash the Nine-Eyed Spider. Xantras the Kingmaker. No. Take a living non-vampire. To take a living non-vampire Dorian Ito back home. Okay. Kirad, the Star of Secrets. And that's just kind of a problem. Like, the player told me, if I had to guess, to have a sense of greater purpose, not to be a merc for hire, but to do something that means something. I don't know what to do with that. Like, I can't give you meaning in life. I can't give you a meaning. You have to decide for yourself what is important to you. Hag can normally hop through the ethereal plane, right? Yeah, hags can hop through the ethereal plane. I'm shielding. Yeah, so the way that Van Richten is crossing the domains of dread is he has a ring of mind shielding, and inside of that ring is the soul of a Vistani. But because he's native to one of the domains of dread, he was born in the domain of dread. He can't leave. He can only go from domain of dread to another domain of dread. But if one of the player characters who are not native to this place got a hold of that ring, they could leave. Or if they, made enough rings and put enough Vistani souls in them, they could all leave. And Gramps is, that might be tragic as hell, but oh well. So what is Kira? What is your voice becomes a low whisper and your smile becomes cruel and evil? Cool. I'm gonna be both living and non-vampire. Cute. Yeah. All I care about is acquiring new magic and arcane knowledge. Is it the one you were talking about? Yeah, that was the one you were talking about, Butt Whoopa. You can't take that unless you can cast 9th level wizard spells. Unless your DM said screw that. Which is fine. That's, that's a thing. I'm gonna do it. As written. Dark Gift of Tenebris. I'm going to offer Inej the power of Witchdom. So Gramps is really the only one that got homebrew. So the question, that's basically it for Dark Gifts. So the only thing I need to remember to do is as they're going through the... so when they enter the temple, essentially once they get into the main area, which if I recall correctly is Area 5, it is Area 5. Actually, I guess as soon as I get to Area 4, so basically as soon as I go down this hall, I'm going to send each of them individually a little whisper. So I guess I can write those whispers out individually right now. Elodie, you hear a voice, a mere whisper on the wind. You hear an echo. I like that better than a whisper on the wind. You hear an echo resonate through the room, vibrating your very soul. Vibrating your very soul. And I'll actually read this part aloud. You hear an echo resonate through the room, vibrating your very soul. And then read aloud. When players and PCs enter Area X4, read aloud. Whisper to each of the players. Pass note to each of the players. And then Elodie. So we got Elodie, Psychane, the Soul Hunger. And Psychane, the Soul Hunger. Whisper to one of the PCs, you're the imposter. Or wait, we aren't playing that at the moment. Hi Z, how's it going? I am Psychane, the Soul Hunger. I sense many dead in your recent past. I offer you the power to raise the recently deceased. So the one change I'm going to give is that, as written, it's 3 times, but I'm going to give it to her 10 times, which she's probably not going to want to spend on the players because she wants to go home and raise her friends from the dead. A dead creature. Gramps, Keyrod, the Star of Secrets. Offer you the power to turn back the clock by seconds, minutes, hours, raising the recently deceased, binding their bodies and spirits back to what they once were, back to how you remember them. I like that. I offer you the power to turn back the clock by seconds, minutes, hours, days, raising the recently deceased, restoring their bodies, binding their spirits, and returning to you whom you once had. Those whom you once had. Who? Those whom? Those who or those whom? They're both correct. They're relative pronouns. One's an object. One. I don't really want to twist the gift. She gets the downside immediately. But if I help someone, I expect payment in return. So their eyes glow sickly yellow. I think it's plenty. Giving them a flaw, I think, is plenty. I don't want to twist. These aren't twisted gifts. Like these, with the exception of Gramps, probably, who doesn't. I don't think any of them are going to get exactly what they were expecting, but yeah, they're not devil gifts. So I mean, someone might end up taking the grave dirt if they really want to fly, but that's not going to be one of the things that I whisper to them. Incidentally, I need to test out whispering. So after this DM prep session, I'll get Steph on Roll20 and I'll just test it out, make sure that works. Make sure I know what the hell I'm doing with whispering to players. I sense that you are unwillingly here in this place, in this land. If I say this place, he might think the Ember Temple. I want to say this land so that he knows. I offer you the power to cross planes, the power to teach others to do the same. And again, that's literally just knowledge about how Van Richten is doing it. It's not going to be any power. It's just, it's power to cross planes. Like, yeah, I mean, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I got new glasses, and I like them. They're great for cocktails, so I just had a brandy sour. Sense your soul is unwilling. I sense your soul is unwillingly here in this land. Unwillingly trapped here on this plane, held on this land. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Shadows, why you gotta do shit better than me? Alright, Inej. As written. We're doing as written Tenebris. I am Tenebris, and I offer you my dark gift. Immortality. Unlimited power. Unfettered power. I like unfettered. I offer you my dark gift. Immortality. What's that, colon? Unfettered power. Limitless possibilities. Yeah, let's go with that. Irina. What are we doing for Irina? We're doing Vaughn the Evasive. Vaughn the Evasive. Shami Amore and Zudun. Shami Amore and Zudun. Okay. Just so I don't have to scroll back and forth. Vaughn. I am Vaughn the Evasive. Yeah, sure. That works. I'm sure Shadows is gonna write something amazing, and I'll update it. But in the meantime, that works. Shami Amore. Shami Amore. Alright. I am Shami Amore. I offer you power to... So the other thing that I want to do is, in these whispers, I'm going to tell the player that they're pulled in a specific direction, that so that they know where they need to go to find that that vestige. I am Shami Amore. I offer you the power to be appreciated. Be seen. To be taken for your worth. Seen for your worth. I am Vaughn the Evasive. I offer the power to slip around your pursuer's sights, to evade the inevitable, yes, to escape the inescapable, the shackles that bind you here. So that's not quite what I wanted to go for. So I wanted to play up the power to escape your pursuer's notice. Pursuer's sight, to escape notice, because the evade bonds that would trap you is essentially just the ring of evasion, but mostly what I want to entice her with is the ability to evade sight, and that's the amulet of protection. The shackles that bind you here kind of sounds like I'm offering her a way out of Barovia, so for once, Shadows, No, but thank you. And oh, you're getting a gift sub. That's just happening. You're getting a gift sub. That's just happening. Thanks, Shadows. I appreciate you. I mean, it might load. Yeah. And I don't have an alert box. OBS shit itself. So that's a thing that happened. But thank you, Shadows. Thank you for rewriting all them read aloud texts. Yeah, no worries, Shadows. Absolutely. I ain't gonna take people shitting on you. That's for damn sure. Offer the power to be appreciated, to be seen, to be noticed, to be seen for your worth. Zudun. I am Zudun, known as the Corpse Star. I offer you the power to raise dead. Any dead. Any soul lost to the void. Friend, a mentor, a lover, or child. Any soul worth dredging from, wow, worth dredging from the void. Any lost lovers, friends, family. Sick. So now I just need to find out where the fuck these things are, and then write descriptions to my players about where they need to go. So, Amber Temple. Alright, so actually, let's close this. Let's pull it up in Roll20, because Roll20 is otherwise pretty fucking worthless here. So, Amber Temple lower. Yeah, Shadows is really good at very descriptive words. It's kind of fucking amazing. They have dynamic lighting on in here, which I'm probably going to end up turning off, but that's okay. So, I've just got climbing ghast. Okay. Nothics. Death Slod. Alright. What's Zudun? Zudun? What? Like, what is the actual gift? It's True Res. Is that what you're referring? Oh, it's Resurrection with doesn't matter how long. Since it's not True Res, it doesn't. I'm just giving that. No, I'm gonna make that True Res. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Yeah, where are these things? So, Elodie, Psychane. Psychane is in 33A. So, 33A is... Wow, you feel a tug to write your... Feel a tug to your right through the double doors. So yeah, so she's so if we take a look here, so I'm gonna give these when they're on this balcony, through the open doors. Feel a tug to your right through the open doors. And then once they get an X6, they're going to get attacked by flame skulls, but then they can go down the hole, and then bam, they're there. So, Kirad. He is in X33D, which is up here. So I do want to wrap all of these in quotes. now that I've got those wrapped in quotes, I can add the not verbalization text. So X33D. So you feel a tug at your navel, at your mind, pulling your attention. Feel a tug at your mind, pulling your attention down the stairs to left. Transept. Transept? That's not how you spell it, is it? No, there's no C. Inege, tenebrous, pulling your attention to the amber double doors, the far side of the room. The room on the amber double doors on the far side. So they're up here. They're upstairs here, and essentially I'm pointing at these doors. The far side of the room you are looking out into. And Inege has infinite dark vision, so she can see it anyway. Irina, you feel the tug at your mind, pulling your attention to. We have Vond, which is in X33F down here. Pulling your attention down the stairs and into the left transept. Shami Amare. I'm Zudun the Corpse Star. I offer the gift to peel an aspect, a person from the past preserved in a single instance of time, a gift from the ravages of time, for I have seen it all. Jeez, dude. Bruh. I like moat. I'm gonna go with moat. I'm gonna go with star stuff just so I'm not replacing repeating time. I offer you the power to peel an aspect. Peel an aspect. I don't understand that phrase, and I don't think he will either. I offer you the power to peel back curtain of reality. And snatch a person from the past, preserved in a single mote of star stuff, a gift from the ravages of time, for I have seen it all. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, Shami Amare is an X33B. Okay. Down the stairs and into the right. Instead of left, we're going to go with west, east, transept. And then Zudun. I think Zudun's the same place, yeah. So Snurk can't see the amber double doors on the other side of the room, so he's just going to have a tug pulling his attention to the far side of the room he's looking out into. So he can't see this because, if I recall correctly, there's definitely 10-foot squares, which bugs the fuck out of me. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a smart thing. So I'm gonna ignore this map entirely, almost entirely. I am going to go to the upper map. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're gonna make it 64 wide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lower map directly next to it. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to download it. So let's grab the player version. Let's save it. Strahd maps. Amber Temple lower. We're gonna upload. Strahd maps. Amber Temple lower. And then hopefully this is the right fucking map and it like just works. That would be super nice. So 38, 2240. 2240. 2240. 2240. Come on, upload already. Are you dropping my bitrate? A little bit. Got orange bitrate. Jesus, Roll20. Could you take any longer? Like, goddamn, man. Let's delete this woman here. Stupid web peas. So I am actually going to give him resurrection instead of true res, and what that will do is it will basically it'll create an entire new body out of the dust. I'm just going to say that. I'm Shami Amare. I offer the gift of the silver glib to twist one's intentions to your own as the strongest power of persuasion. So the thing is, I don't want... So Rubek wouldn't care about the ability to actually convince people of things. He just wants to be... and here, I can read it in Andy's words. To be a productive member of a family or community where he feels like his work is appreciated and makes a difference. So I don't think Rubek would... he wouldn't care about the ability to convince people that he's, you know, doing things that matter. He just wants them to acknowledge him of their own accord. Bam! That was beautiful. That worked, and I love it. So I want these on the same map just so I can switch back and forth very easily. And then I'm essentially just not going to use this lower map. I just want to go in here and grab all of the tokens. So we're going to select, copy. This, oops, whoa. I don't know how that happened. I know exactly how that happened. Oh, this is in the wrong layer. Let's move that to the map layer. There we go. Okay. So I've got all these tokens in the right place, or on the right layer. I just got to put them in, like, I just got to drag this until they're in the right place. I think this is about right. The map does not seem to be aligned with the grid, not quite. So I'm going to go to the map layer and just sort of nudge it a little. Done. And yes, that's, you know what, I'm going to nudge it. I'm going to nudge it the opposite direction, then I'll just move all the tokens up one. Looks good. And I'm going to back, just so that it's beneath the other one. And then I am literally going to cut off the bottom square. Oops, not that one. 43. So there's no white. And then I can cut off the right one as well. 63. Okay. And then we'll go to the token layer. Grab all these dudes. Move them up. Uh-oh. That's not quite right. These guys are in squares? Yeah, shit. Okay. Alrighty, okay, so we've got a bit of a problem. So this map isn't perfectly lined up. So we're going to turn the grid way on so I can see it. And it looks like this map is slightly too large. Just slightly. So I'm going to set dimensions, and we're just going to chop 40 pixels off in each dimension and see what happens. And then I'm going to have to realign it. Okay. So that looks perfect horizontally, but vertically it's a little off. So set dimensions, and then we're going to chop off another. Can I alt hold the map to resize? Yes, but that gets really fiddly. Whereas if I just use numbers, it's a lot easier to deal with. So this looks pretty much perfect. Yeah, this looks perfect. Okay, so I just need, no I don't, okay. I was gonna say I need to chop off another square or two, top or bottom, or left, or bottom or right, but I don't. I am actually going to leave this grid on because it's definitely super useful to be able to see it. But I just want to make sure that these guys are all aligned to a grid. This guy's in the wrong place, that's fine, just move him over. Proving witches, flame skulls. Yeah, looks like we're good. So a few things might have gotten a little bit out of place, but that's fine. Yeah, if you just sort of drag it, it's very imprecise. Whereas if you go into set dimensions, you can just change it by increments, and that makes it a lot easier. So let's go to GMFO overlay, and then I want to grab all of the overlay tokens as well. So I'm just gonna right-click, copy, and yes, I know that Control-C works. I also know that Roll20 is an asshole, so I don't trust it. So we're gonna paste this. Not where I wanted that. Let's undo that. Oh god. Oh god. That is not where I wanted that, and undo is not working. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so I just screwed up. Pretty big time. So I need to now extract all of the things that are wrong. Fuck. X12 belongs there. Amber Golem does not belong there. 6 does not belong there. 1, 2, 3 do not belong there. 4 and 5 do not belong there. 33. I really screwed up. I really screwed up. Vampire spawns do not belong here. Berserkers in the library? Really? Huh. X30, that's fine. X42 is not here. X5B? I think that's downstairs. 39 is downstairs. 25 belongs here. Poltergeist. I don't know if Poltergeist belongs here. Shit. Okay, we're gonna... This sucks. I screwed up, and undo didn't work, and... Okay, Poltergeists are in here. X5B actually does belong here. Oops. Whoopsie fucking daisy. Poltergeists do not belong. Specters belong in here. 23, 24, 26, 33D does not belong. 33E and the Death Slot do not belong. Poltergeist and 38 do not belong. 36 obviously does not belong. 5D. Maybe? That might belong here. Let me open the other map. No, 5D does not belong here. the love of God. Okay. There we go. 37 does not belong here. Why am I on the token layer? 21? Nope. X15 belongs here. 33F does not. 31A does not. 31 does not. 5C does not. Oh. Trap does not. 5C does not. Broom of Animated Attack does not. Whoops. Or does it? No, those are downstairs with the witches. 33A does not belong here. 31B does not belong here. 33B, 34, 35, 32 do not belong here. 33C does not belong here. 5D does not belong here. Rahaden does not belong here. He's downstairs. X5A, I believe, is also downstairs. Yeah, X5A. Oh, X5A is upstairs and downstairs. The secret. Sure. I don't know what that's about. X40 does not belong. Okay, I think I'm good. I goofed, but it's okay. We'll try again. So Ember Temple lower. GM info overlay. We're going to grab all the things. We're going to right click copy. We're going to go to upper. And then we're going to scroll to the lower. Click in the middle and paste. Alright, now we're going to grab all those things. And we're going to line them up. There we go. We did it. Are you proud of me? I did it. I did it! I did it! So X5B should... What is X5B? Secret door. Set in the middle of the temple's north wall is a secret door. Okay. So that should actually be down here. But I deleted it, and I don't know how to get that little thing back. I don't think there's any way to do that. Don't really care too much. There's a big old S, so it's fine. And then I have the grid turned on really heavy. I am going to turn that down just a bit. And I'm going to turn Fog of War on. Oop, not advanced fog. Fog of War, turn off dynamic lighting. Okay. And then I just want to reveal the outside. Nope. There we go. Ta-da! The outside has been revealed. And I don't have a token for Rotavio's Carnival of Wonders wagon. That's fine. Not a big deal. So the only thing I need now is tokens. But I can do that during the session. No big deal. But yeah, so that's my Ember Temple prep. The fact that combat is very capable of going from... oh, wow. Wait. Is there a trap on... Oh, select. Is there a trap icon on... What the fuck is going on? There's a trap, like, drawn onto the map, but then there's also a trap thing on the GM layer. I am Shami Amare. I offer you the gift of the Taskmaster to enhance the attentiveness of those around you to the impressive works you've completed. Impressions of you can be enhanced beyond your current works. In a moment, their opinions can be raised, their attentions focused on the task you've dedicated yourself to. So it's really hard. Like, I don't... Like, I kind of want to lie to him about exactly what the gift is going to do. You know, I want to make it sound like he'll just be more noticeable. Not that he'll have a power over people. So that's I offer the power to be appreciated, to be noticed, to be seen for your worth. I think that's fine. It's probably a little weak, but I don't, you know, they don't all have to be gems, right? This guy should be over here. So yeah, I think I'm basically done for Amber Temple. So as they head in, I'm basically going to use their... I'm not going to use dynamic lighting because dynamic lighting, excuse me, is really crap. It just sucks. It really tanks your computer. If it weren't for the fact that there's a million goddamn lines, it wouldn't be so bad, but it does. There are a million goddamn lines, and so it works fine on my computer. Streaming works fine on my computer. Streaming with dynamic lighting tanks my computer. I can't do it. So like I either drop frames or the dynamic lighting takes forever to update, and I'm not about either of those, so screw it. Yeah, I just whatever. So that's about it for Amber Temple prep. So I have this idea, you know, that we'll send things to the players as they enter. I never figured out how we're going to corrupt Snurk's toy, but I don't think they're going to get there next session anyway, so we have time to figure it out. Not a big deal. Hi Shadows, you got back just in time for me to wrap up. So if you enjoyed watching this and you want to see how the session goes that comes out of this prep, we play Curse of Strahd every Sunday at 1 p.m. EST, right? Yeah, 1 p.m. EST. I'm going to drop the schedule in chat real quick. It looks god-awful on my screen, but it should look great on your screen if you're in Twitch chat. Here, let me make it bigger. Nope, smaller. Let's just drag it a little bit. There we go. There, that's how it's supposed to look. Here, let me actually make it bigger again and then drag it wider. There we go. So that's what the schedule is supposed to look like. Should look like that on your screen. So Curse of Strahd on Sundays at 1 p.m. Odyssey of the Dragonlord Saturdays at 4 p.m. And we have Rime of the Frost Maiden on Mondays at 6 p.m. And then, of course, we have DM Prep Thursdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Thursdays for Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragonlord with me. Fridays with Andy over on his Twitch channel for Rime of the Frost Maiden. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out our Twitch channel. We play live. You can interact with us. You can interact with the game. You can influence the game. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, check out our YouTube. We have every single session, every single DM prep that we've ever streamed. They're all uploaded there for your viewing pleasure. And then no matter where you are, check out our social channels. We've got social media. We've got a Discord. We've got a YouTube, obviously. We've got Instagram, and we've got Twitter. So we've got the Discord for the community, Instagram for our behind the scenes, and our Twitter for opinions about D&D, I guess. It's like they tweet like twice a week. It's fine. Yeah, Discord and social have been merged. Shadows, no big deal. Don't worry about it. But yeah, thank you for being here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get some more to drink. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then we'll start back up. Prepping Odyssey of the Dragonlord, so don't go away. I'm just going to run a 3-minute ad and I'll be right back.